Good morning. Welcome back to the Ahn Rho Project. If you have 100 hours left in your life, how would you spend those last 100 hours of your life living without regrets, doing the three most important things for the three most important people in your life? So I'm going to get in front of camera now in 3, 2, 1. Okay, and welcome back to what is really two large subseries of the Ahn Rho Project. Today, I'm just going to get right into what we have in store and I just show you real quick what we have. Here are some groceries, some food items, as well as some supplies. And I'm going to start off today with the paperwork, the supplies, including some stuff from dentistry and work benefits. So that's what we have in store today. So if, stay tuned. First, I'm going to give the introduction after having covered this. This is the kind of stuff you see in the top left-hand corner. Forgive me if I'm a little bit rusty right now. I've actually been off stream for about 6 days, and I'll talk a little bit about why that was tomorrow morning. But for today, we have a lot of stuff to cover. And like I said, there's paperwork here, there's mail, there's stuff from my workplace involving benefits, there's some dentistry stuff, and then I have to take care of all that kind of stuff in the first of 3 streams today. The second stream focuses more on stuff that were gifts from my colleagues. The third one focuses on some eateries, some places that I ate with my cousin, as well as some generic bananas and health-related groceries. So that's everything we have today. Of course, the Ahn Rho Project, as usual, is a self-therapeutic multimedia project for me to solve all the problems and challenges in my life, as well as a self-improvement process for me to reach the goals and heights that I've set for myself. Okay, it's broken down into many different little sub-series. That is the Ahn Rho Project as a whole. The sub-series that are focused on primarily right now are, 2 of them are, the first one is how I started today's live stream, which is, 100 hours till you die. That's about 4 days. For me, I'm facing 1,000-day situation. So you take a look in the title, what you see is what you get. Again, everything here you see is what we're going to cover on stream in the next 3 streams today, within the next maybe 40 minutes or so. But if you see in the title, it also says about 21.0%. So that means 210 days have passed since I first started the 1,000 Days series. Now, another series I'm working on obviously is inventory management and databasing. So that's trying to capture everything that comes in and out of my life. So from a business perspective, that would be shipping and receiving and inventory management. If you want to take a gaming approach, and I know if I'm streaming from Twitch as well, so wherever you're from, Facebook, Twitch, Periscope, welcome, YouTube even. But if you're on Twitch, gaming analogy that I used to like using was, in real life, this is me just basically keeping track of my banking inventory items. I used to play a game called RuneScape. I think some of you are familiar with that anyways. And so that's kind of what I'm doing here, except in reality. So it's like life management outside of a gaming and business context, as well as it just being a project as a whole. So obviously those are 2 main sub-series, inventory management, as well as the 1,000 Days Till Death, which focuses on me just hustling. But there are many other domains, obviously, like money and finance, to careers, relationships, hobbies, games, music, and I hope to cover as much as I possibly can before I drop dead at the age of 30. So that being said, let's just get started with today. Again, wherever you're coming from, welcome to the live stream. I say that all the time right now. It's because I'm trying to come to terms with myself being off for almost about 5 days. And a lot of stuff has accumulated over the 5 days. And I had to deal with a lot of scanning and paperwork and a lot of fucking creating new accounts and all that bullshit. A lot of just, my brother came back, so I had to rearrange the room and everything, all that kind of stuff comes into play. I had dentist appointments and stuff like that. So unfortunately, I went on a hiatus for five days. Let's get back right into it. So what do we have to cover today? So the most important things come first. Today's 3 streams focus all on material covered that has happened in the past 5 days that I have to dealt with. But tomorrow morning we'll move on to the usual, sort of covering more items from my room that I'm trying to get rid of. So what has happened in the past 5 days? The most important one, as you see in the title, dentistry and equipment. I'm going to show here some mail. So you see at the bottom, of the title, it does show some mail as well. The top left-hand corner, 2 photographs. Now, I'm obviously not going to switch this around. I'm not going to flip the mail because obviously it's confidential information. Trust me when I just say that basically these two mail envelopes showed up about the past 2 days, and they are regarding life insurance. So one of them is an accidental life insurance, which actually is a class 2 item. It's not something that I actually want to keep. It's something that was just my my caregivers purchased, and it just passed on to me. So there's mail here for that, and it was a promotional item, trying to get me to create an online account, which I've been meaning to for a while now, but I haven't been able to put myself to it because obviously there's so much to get done. Now that's the accidental life insurance, and that one's from my caregivers, so it's class 2. So there's a letter inside an envelope, but the one on top, so this one here, is actually my life insurance. Sorry, this is my work insurance. So this is kind of like a dental benefits kind of thing, dental, optometric, pharmaceutical benefits, all that kind of stuff, just healthcare related benefits from my workplace. So the top envelope, think of something like I don't know what's some insurance agency, you know, a Freedom 55 life insurance, something like that. 2 different companies. One's for my caregiver. The top one here is from my workplace, and that's because like I said, I had a dentistry appointment. So I'm not going to show very much here, but I can say for a fact that I can show a little bit, just some text here that says 165. So basically I got $165 back in terms of claims, and they sent me a check to my address. Now the thing is, obviously the most ideal way to get my benefits is if I go online and I create an account. I'm supposed to actually have registered online and set up my direct deposit for this workplace related health benefits. Workplace related health benefits. That's a mouthful, but I didn't get it done, like I said, and I haven't even gotten the other one done. So both of these companies, I'm supposed to have the accidental life insurance as well as the workplace healthcare benefits. Both of these companies, I'm supposed to have created an online account, password, all that kind of stuff, 2-factor, 2FA authentication, and then set up my direct deposit and get all my finances ready. But I haven't done that yet, so that's a big deal. And on top of that, I actually, because this is mail that's new, I have to take it out. I have to scan it with the phone that I'm using right now. Actually, I'm supposed to scan it, all the documents, and then eventually put it on to my laptop and save it onto cloud, for instance. But obviously all that kind of stuff is stuff that I need to get done today. Put that down to the side. What else do we have in terms of paperwork? So I'm going to show you. This is some paper that I want to keep, so I kept it with the same stash. You might remember this from a couple of streams ago, maybe last week. I covered a wall of, well, self-referential proverbial phrases, and I just, just a bunch of stuff that most of it I wanted to discard, so I scanned it all. We'll get to that, but this is these are the only ones I want to keep. Basically, there's only about 1, 2, 3, and the reason I have to show these again is because previously I didn't organize. I didn't know which ones I wanted to keep. Turns out I actually want to keep this one in addition to these 2. So talk to me and look at me, and let me guide you. I want to keep these 3. Previously I didn't include this. And then we have, of course, 2 here that we're going to have to rewrite. They're just blank sheets of paper. We also have, of course, in the backdrop, all of this here, right, on that note. So all this stuff here, that's all for garbage. So we'll cover that in the next 2 live streams. But these are the ones that we're actually going to keep. So I'm going to put these 2 together here. It's stuff that I need to get done. Now, as for this, so this is, as you can see, UW Science Society. It stands for University of Waterloo. So this is a sort of clipboard, just a folder clipboard that goes back to my university days. And the reason why I'm showing this is because this is how I brought some paperwork to and from my dentistry appointment. And that's because I actually, for the first time, was using my work-related healthcare benefits. For the first time, I needed some papers. In addition to them giving the sort of summary, the dentist giving me the summary, the receptionist the summary of all the costs and the fee and service charges. On top of that, also me just having to bring some mail to verify that this is from my workplace. So what I'm going to do is actually flip it open, but very carefully. And the reason why is because there's actually 4 pieces of very confidential stuff on the inside. So I'm going to be very careful here. And the first thing that I'm going to do is probably just open like that. And I'm going to hold on to this. Okay, so very carefully. So I have to actually really hide this, and that's because this is my credit card in my hands right here. And it's all crumpled up, and I broke it. Okay, I broke it. I snapped it into 8 pieces, and I'm not showing very much. And obviously, you know, that's kind of stupid to show your credit card to the camera. So that's why it's all fucked up. In a sense, no, that's not why. The reason why it's all fucked up is because it's expired. So I brought this to the dentist, and they said, you know, first of all, we accept MasterCard and not Visa, or the other way around. We accept American Express, not this and that. And I brought the wrong card. I came back to them after going home to get my credit card, and guess what happened? The credit card that I brought with me was expired by just about 1 month, just 1 month, and so I had to dispose of it. It wasn't useful anymore. So that's what's here in front of me right now. It's a credit card, and I'm not going to show it to the camera, obviously, but it's right here. You can see it, just the barcode a little bit. I'm going to put that down to the side here, very carefully, making sure that it's tipped away. Now on the inside here, like I said, are the things I have I'm actually are going to be a lot easier to manage. So I clipped it on this, you know, that kind of mechanism right there. You can just sort of see. So there's 3 pieces of documentation here. The first one is a summary from my workplace benefits. So the company, the healthcare insurance company that is associated with my workplace, this is a summary of that was printed out from my dental office. Like I said, $166 that I'm going to be getting back, and the full charge is about $280. I can see some details here. It does say August 22nd, 2020. I don't mind telling you that much. Some things like, you know, scaling units and polish. I also did an x-ray of my teeth, so that's also something that I had to talk about. So that's what was covered in the first one. The second piece of documentation that I want to cover here is largely the invoice, the receipt from my dentistry thing. So again, just a blank sheet of paper, not going to show very much here. This is basically the form I used. I mean, this is the receipt of my dentistry appointment. So again, it includes a summary, a synopsis of all the charges, $250. Put that down to the side. Stapled to it, of course, are 2 receipts. Obviously, I don't intend on showing that. That's kind of stupid to show to camera. Put that down to the side. Okay. And okay, just checking something. All right, so the last thing here is this, and this is what I actually covered in a previous stream almost about 3 months ago when I first received my benefits formally. Actually, it might have been even longer than that, but the main point is I took the benefits pharmacy card out, the drug plan card out, and put it in my wallet, and then I had to bring this letter inside this sort of binder to my dentist because obviously I usually bring a plastic bag and that would get it all crumpled up. So I brought it like this, and they wanted to see the address as well as the name of my workplace, just to verify everything formally. So what I'm going to do right now is very quickly, I'm just going to tuck all that paper documentation off camera into this sort of folder here, and everything, or at least everything that I don't have to deal with anymore because it's really just stuff that I don't need, because I covered it. I've scanned it. That's the most important part. Most important part is I've scanned a copy of all of this, and saved it onto, say, Drive or something like that. I don't know. The smarter way, of course, would be just save it on a hard drive. Don't do online. If you can avoid it, don't put anything online. Okay, put it inside a separate hard drive, a physical hard drive. And then obviously I'm going to keep these two pieces of mail up here because I need to actually follow up by scanning them and then saving them to my computer. So that's that. And then of course we're going to keep these pieces of paper here that I said I need to use. So I'll put these down to the side and say that's the first live stream today. Like I said, there's more paper here that I have to cover. I actually covered the previous live stream last week, but we'll get to the reason why we have them here today as well. So it's a double feature. That being said, this is the first of two live streams. There's actually a little bit of stuff here I have to cover in addition before we wrap it up. So the first thing in the title right here, we do have the dentist package. We have to cover the stuff that came from my dentist. And so just some quick gifts here, or not gifts, but stuff, you know, they just bundle it with you every time you go to the dentist. It's like a goodie bag. So first things first, we have this Crest white fluoride toothpaste for, it says gum detoxify, deep clean. Obviously instructions and shit like that. Helps neutralize harmful plaque, activated seed cell bacteria, and a cooling sensation after brushing. And then we have Oral-B toothbrush here again, once again, just some general standard stuff. Again, in the photographs at the top left-hand corner. So this is the dentist that I usually visit. This is one of the two dentists that I frequent, just sort of alternate between clinics every couple of 9 months or so. And of course, there's also Oral-B floss. So 1, 2, 3 items here. Very small floss, probably lasts about 1 or 2, like 2 weeks maybe at most, tops. So 3 items here plus the bag is 4. Again, we have like at least, you know, 7 paper sheets of documentation individually. I mean, maybe 10, but in terms of together, maybe like 5 pieces of mail. And then we add this on top, the dental stuff. And then finally, we have a mask here, and this mask comes from, well, this one's with my cousin who I went to eat dim sum with. So we're going to cover that in the next, in the final stream today. So I'm going to put that down to the side and we'll cover it at the same time that we do. I will say that, of course, I have to show in this stream because it is a healthcare related item. It is, it makes more sense to cover dental stuff along with the mask than it does to cover this with food. But that is the pretty much wrap up today. And so here are the contents I wanted to show to the beginning of the live stream. I forgot. But there's a lot of shit to cover in just 5 days time. That's how much stuff has come in and out of my life. So you can see the first live stream here at the top, 11 items in whole, 31 parts, and we have 5 different categories from, you know, paper, from dentistry to finance, and that's all coded for my own understanding. That being said, I'm going to put it down and say that this is it for the first of 2 live streams today. Thank goodness we got rid of all this. I need to scan some of the mail and then, you know, do the usual administrative stuff. So now we're going to move on to food items, and that's on the right hand side of this live stream. So that being said, I will see you in the next live stream when we start covering the food related items, specifically the second section down here, which is it says to me there's about 3 sections: some food from my workplace, some food that I bought from Food Basics, and that's a supermarket, and of course there's some supplies from my caregiver. So I'll see you in the next live stream. This is Ahn Rho signing up on all 4 platforms. Roughly about 90 seconds to a minute. I'll see you there. Okay.